Here we are. It's fall in the Smoky Mountains. And this is our Crocktober Cozy Fall Soup with Gail's Southern Living.
And there's an extra twist. With us, we're gonna go off-grid. Let's get started.
Now, he's going to show you how to cook in case you don't have electricity in your car.
Here are the things that we need to do it. First, my Patriot generator. It's all charged up and ready to go.
4 Patriots.
And as you can see, I've got it plugged in to my solar panel, so it is charging right now. This solar panel also has a phone adapter, a USB cord with it, so that you can charge your phone with it. It comes with the Patriot. The next thing you need is a crock pot. It's very important that you look at the bottom of your crock pot and make sure that it says 200 or less watts. It'll say 60, 120, and then it'll say 200 or less. If it's a 400 watt crock pot, it won't work. You have to use one of these small ones.
And by the way, a Patriot is not sponsoring this video. We just have had this 4 Patriots little solar generator for quite a while, so we thought this would be a fun way to do Crocktober.
Crocktober. The next thing we have is our ingredients. These are all raw. I've already added my seasoning, garlic, and Mrs. Dash. And I don't know about you, but when I find those deals on meat, because they're right near expiration, I buy them, I bring them home, and I cook them. Then I freeze it, and then when a time like this comes with a Crocktober, I'm going to put the meat in, I'm going to put the ingredients right in this crock pot, and let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to take the lid off my crock pot. I'm going to put in the celery first, because I want that to be the bottom. It's always good to have that on the bottom. Then I'm going to take the meat that's pre-cooked and put that in. Spread that evenly on the bottom. Then the rest of my ingredients go on top of the meat, like that. A few of my little ingredients are sticking. My sweet potatoes go there. And then we do... Don't rinse the water all over the place. Put it all in one spot. Just enough water to cover the bottom.
Well, it's soup.
Well, that's right. We're going soup. So now what we'll do is we'll peel the sweet potatoes when they're done. Okay. Now, crock pot's ready to go. Let's plug it in.
He's adding more water since it's soup.
And you don't have to put a lot of water in, because the vegetables will give up some of the water in them, and the meat will give up water in them, and so you'll have plenty of water. And you can always add more later if you need to, but it won't dry out, I promise. All right, I'm gonna hold my hand here so you can see the screen. This is the generator is on, and it says I have 46 hours of a charge, but that is with nothing attached. So now I'm gonna plug in my crock pot to the Patriot generator, just like that. And then I'll turn it on low, like that. Now make sure your crock pot is not more than 200 watts. Now this one's 175, so it's on low, it's only gonna go to 111, maybe 112 watts. See that? 110, 111, and it says I have 3 hours. Now if I put it on high, you'll see the 111 now jumps up to 143, 144. But only have 2 hours of cook time then. So I'm going to go back to low and go back for a longer time so that I get more time cooking. Then, right here you can see it's at 97%, and it says I have 2 hours. So, but if I also plug in my solar panel, then this solar panel will help it charge while it's working, so that between my solar panel and the charge that's already in there, we should have lunch in about 3 hours. Oh boy.
And this is 4 Patriots little solar generator.
Yep, 4 Patriots little solar generator.
So he plugged this.
It comes with a solar panel.
He plugged the solar panel in to make it charge.
So it's charging.
So
So
That's what it looks like right now, uncooked.
And our wattage is at 120. So it's heating up. Okay, let's go ahead and put it in the bug.
And he decided he's going to go ahead and turn it on to high just to make sure that, you know, it cooks fast enough because we have to go out tonight anyway. So we have some things to do.
In an hour or so and see where we're at.
You're going to leave it on low for now or high?
Let's put it on high, see what happens.
Yeah.
The solar panel's going to help.
High.
Keep it charged. Now we're going to put it inside the bug where it's secure. Because you would walk away from your car. You're not going to leave your lunch on the hood.
Right.
We're going to put it in the bug.
Especially for us in bear country.
In bear country. Oh, I forgot about that.
So we have the crock pot, the 4 Patriots generator, the solar panel, all here in the VW bug. And I put this tripod feet underneath the 4 Patriots just to keep it away from the crock pot so that it wasn't touching when the crock pot ceramic part gets hot. So Donny's got it all plugged in. So it's ready to go. And the reason we still have leaves in here is because we were out filming vlog colors here in the Smoky Mountains. We had our sunroof open and the leaves were falling like snowflakes into the car. It was the most beautiful, majestic feeling. Peaceful and gorgeous. And so
it felt like snow.
We still have leaves in here, and Donny thought, oh, it's cozy fall soup, so might as well leave the leaves in here.
Yep, and add a flower.
So this is the outside cooking. The crock pot's already getting hot. I felt it. Yep, it's working.
This is the most you want to see on the bottom of your crock pot. 120, 60, 200 watts. You can't have higher than that. So that's where you look on your crock pot to make sure you've got the right wattage. All right, there's another reason too, is that when I plugged in the Patriot generator, it said error, error. And I thought, oh, it's too much. Nope, this is the reason why it said error. Everybody check your crock pot. It's been sitting in your cabinet or on your counter for years. Look at that. That's
wires
why
were crossed.
Wires were wide open.
Danger, danger, Will Robinson.
Hey!
Here's our cozy fall soup. Crocktober.
Off-grid.
Off-grid. Cozy fall soup with Gale Southern Living. And it's got sweet potatoes, some sort of beef. He added corn to it. It's got celery.
The beef did not tenderize like you would imagine it would in a crock pot for 2 or 3 hours. It just didn't get hot enough.
We had a little problem. The small solar panel wasn't big enough to run it for hours. So you ran it at...
I ran full power for an hour. Then, I mean full, the
high.
crock pot was on high for an hour. Then it was on low for an hour. By that time it had used up all the Patriot generator's juice. But I added a solar panel to it to keep it from running out. It wasn't putting out enough juice. It's winter time, angle of the sun. The solar panel is just not that big. So I had to plug it into the car. So I plugged the solar panel into the car and got another half an hour out of it. So a total of 2.5 hours. This cooked. Now it did a good job as far as, you know, the sweet potatoes. They are cooked. They're not mushy.
They're not mushy.
But they're very good. And they have the flavor of the meat and the juice and the water. Really good. But the meat did not tenderize. Even though it's cooked, it did not tenderize.
And it would be better for me if it was tender meat.
Yeah. So I would say don't use a cheap cut of meat. in a crock pot that's not going to run for more than 2 hours. It's really got to run 4 or 5 hours to tenderize.
This was an experiment. Remember, we never did this
We've
before.
never done this. This is the first time we used our Patriot generator for something like this. And you see a certain kind of crock pot can run on a generator like this, as long as it's under 200 watts. So that was kind of like the fun part. This is why we did this. We wanted to do something different. Oh, Crocktober, great. What can we do? Well, we want to be like anybody else.
I said, why don't we do a Crocktober off-grid
down by the lake
on the solar generator?
Mm-hmm.
But there was no sun down by the lake now.
It was all shaded by trees.
So we had to do it out here. And this is the salt that the doctor gave me.
Mm-hmm.
That said it will not raise your blood pressure.
It's very good
so
salt.
Very, very flavorful. He said it's very flavorful. You don't need butter or anything if you have this salt, you know. So I've been using it for a while, and this is the second bottle of it because it's good. But the meat is a little bit tough for me. I'd rather have it soft. He added corn to it, and that's good.
That's why God gave
the
us
broth
teeth,
has a good flavor.
Teeth are for chewing meat.
And the sweet potatoes are good.
Those came out great.
So overall, it's a good hearty soup, really. It's a good hearty soup.
Flavorful, not quite done enough.
Not quite enough.
But that's what teeth are for, right? Teeth.
Off grid, so
chew the meat.
You can cook in your car.
In a crock pot.
In a crock pot.
On a sunny day.
In a sunny day.
With a Patriot generator.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The small one. I mean, it's a small one.
It's a
smallest one they have,
generator.
I think.
The crock pot has to be small, too.
If you had a bigger solar generator.
Yeah, if you had a big solar generator.
Or even a bigger... What about
some of those guys
maybe
have
a bigger
panels on top of their vans? It would do that.
Yeah, mo bang for your bucks.
Mo bang, yeah.
He
does.
He does all these. We'll leave his link in the chat too, in the description, and Gail Southern Living, because mo bang really teaches you how to go out in a van and travel and see things, you know, on a budget. That's why he's called Mo Bang for your bucks, because he teaches you on a budget. Yep. So, yeah.
There's another guy that has a van, too. And he put panels on the roof of his...
A lot of them are putting panels on the roofs of their...
And then
so, hey, you know, you can cook off-grid in your vehicle.
You can, too.
So far, thumbs up. This is thumbs up. It did work.
It did work.
Even though the meat needs to be more tender.
And more tender. And a better cut to begin with, but, you know, it was on sale.